Alright. I am back for more Genshin, which I'm so excited about. I was waiting for this. I was thinking about it like yesterday and the day before that. I want to play more. So today that's what I'm doing, and tomorrow as well, the afternoon. Because I got time. I thought I was gonna be late, like late. Because I was washing my hair. But I finished right on time, which was very unexpected. Whoops. Alright, where are we and what are we doing? The cooking showdown. I think I'm gonna do that later. Complete an expedition. Okay, I haven't claimed it, but cool, thank you. I finished something. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. I finished... I don't know what I finished, actually, to have that. I was looking at the sound, sorry. Okay, lots of stuff. Very cool, thank you very much. Enhance prototype ranker to level 20. That's a sword that was given to me. I don't remember when. That's very cool. Ascend a cryo character other than the traveler to phase 1. That is done as well. So I need Kaya to hit very hard. What, you want me to ascend that one? Is anyone using it? No? No, no one is using it, but it's quite good, apparently. On hit, normal or charged. Attack increase defense by 4% for 6 seconds, maximum 4 stacks. That's pretty good. What does he have? Restore health. Why isn't it Atlas on this one? Use that. What? Do I have the materials? Yes. Oh, I think it gave them to me from the... whatever thing I just got. Bam. Cool. Do I have stuff? Yes, for 14 levels. Great. That's gonna hit a little harder. What do we need to ascend his? Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. We are Wednesday, but I don't think we have access to that. Yeah, we don't so far. I'll go unlock it at some point. Okay. All of that. Where are we for the quests? I don't want to do this one. I guess we could do Lisa, because we don't have the level to do what's next in the story. So I need to do other things first. Oh, those are the commissions. I was thinking, what is that? The alchemy quest. More stuff from Catherine. Complete this quest to unlock commissions for Leeway. I think this is where she sends us to Leeway. Like basically saying, okay, now if you go to Leeway, to the Adventurers Guild there, you can do commissions there as well. This is for later. And this is when we go to Leeway as well. Or maybe I finished this one? I don't know. I don't feel like doing this one. We're gonna do Lisa's quest. Yes, let's go. Not what I wanted. Maybe that's when she tells us about the library. Alright, first. Oh, the library. So beautiful. I would love to go there. Okay, we're gonna do some light robbery. I'm sure they won't miss all those books that I'm getting. Not even to read them, because come on, there's way too many. I think that's when I got an entire series of a specific kind of books. Which, okay. I haven't read them anyway. I'm not asking you to go through the table, just around it. Nope. After this, we're never coming back to this place, I think. Where is it? Oh, it's on top here. No, I don't want to sit. This girlie, we will see again. When, we get commissions with her. And she proves she's not the smartest in the city. Because it's a repeat commission. Am I missing any? Yes, I am. Alright. There's another one here. There's so many of those. Okay, Lisa. Hello. Oh, no. There's still more. Miss Lisa, now that we have robbed your entire library.
If you're borrowing a book, please register it in the log. The restricted section is currently not lending any books. Oh, it's you, little cutie. It's so good to see you. More refreshing than a strong cup of tea in the afternoon.
Clearly you're meant to be working, but you don't seem to have your heart in it at all.
I mean, other than Jean, who really works that earnestly anyway?
Others work hard too.
So, did you have something you needed?
No.
Or did you just come to see me?
Yeah, I just came to see you. Sure.
A smooth talker. Not what I was expecting.
So, Miss Librarian, got any books to recommend?
Recommended books. Sadly, everything I'd personally recommend is all in the restricted section, which we're not currently lending out.
What's with your ominous tone?
Oh, right. Would you be interested in checking out the Devat travel guide?
Sure.
I think it would be quite helpful for you as travelers here.
Ooh, sounds like it could be helpful. Do you think we could take a peek?
I suppose I can try to find you a copy from the list.
Isn't this Lisa's job? What does she mean, I suppose?
I mean, yeah, but have you seen the mess behind her? Like, from this pile? These probably are supposed to go somewhere, but they're not where they're supposed to be. And they're hard to find.
Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Our copy is currently being borrowed. That said, it is now overdue. Come to think of it, quite a few of our books are now overdue. I really wish people would just return their books on time.
Whoa, is Paimon imagining things, or does the air in here suddenly feel a lot more electrified?
Yeah.
Such a pain. I'm going out to bring those unreturned books back. If you'd rather get your hands on that copy of the Tevat travel guide sooner, you'd better come with me.
Lisa seems is really scary right now. Paimon thinks it would be best if you answer her.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with
You
you.
really are such a considerate cutie. Let's see. First, we can go to the souvenir shop. It's called With Wind Comes Glory. So let's meet there shortly.
Okay, this isn't exactly what I remember, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And is that all the library done? I think it is. We have successfully taken all the books from the library that we need. Library rules. Does it say don't steal? There are several editions. None of them are particularly useful. Blah blah blah. Please keep quiet. Sure. Do not damage the books. Sure. Return your books on time. I believe everyone knows how we deal with violations, so I will not be repeated here. We hope everyone... Okay. We don't know how they deal with violations. Is Lisa going outside to electrocute a few people? Good for her, honestly. And now we're gonna go help her terrorize the town. After we've robbed the library without anyone noticing. It doesn't say we can't just take them. No, I think we're gonna talk to Lisa.
Cutie, you're here. Let's begin, shall we?
Regarding the book you borrowed.
Hello, Marjorie. Any exciting new items in stock? Why so surprised? Today is such a special day. It's only natural that I'd want a souvenir to remember it by.
No, it's just an ordinary day.
So it is. In that case, I declare this the day of my life I wish I could get back, because I spent my first ever outing with someone taking them on an annoying errand.
Okay, but what if I don't want to go on a date though?
Don't you think that's a bit long?
Well, if it's a souvenir you're after, you're in the right place. I'm sure you'll find something that strikes your fancy, Lisa. Or you could let your new friend pick something out for you. Make it more of an occasion.
Yes, yes! Let us pick!
Sure.
Take a look around. There's sure to be something she'll love.
Bloomers, no. An old scroll? I mean, I guess she's like a librarian. That seems a bit, I don't know. Like, oh, you like books. And the other two are unknown. Sure.
Take a look around. There's sure to be something she'll love.
I can't choose the other two? Okay, well, we're gonna
This
go with
is a
that.
historical relic retrieved from some ruins by one of the Adventurers Guild. Sure, there's a bit of wear and tear, but this thing in the painting must be well over 1,000 years old. Though it doesn't make much sense to me.
My goodness. This is one of the 3 lost scrolls that make up the Northern Border Wind investigation. What is it doing here?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Yes, I'm sure. She seems to like it.
My. You clearly know a treasure when you see it. This is a work of unparalleled significance for the research of ancient people's understanding of the elements. I will gladly accept it. Goodness, is that the time? Marjorie, one last thing. About the legend of Vanessa.
I got that. I think it might be missing because I stole it from somewhere.
Oh, so you're a fan of the gallant Lady Vanessa too? Why didn't you say so? I have all sorts of items I could recommend.
Not exactly.
For example, this lion's tooth pendant with Vanessa's name carved into it. It was once a medal awarded to a knight by the great lady herself.
No, that's... We're here for the book.
Oh my goodness. I do apologize. I got so excited when you mentioned Vanessa. I didn't know that book was overdue, even though I take it with me everywhere. I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together as soon as I saw you here. Here you go.
Okay, well, thanks. That's easy.
Well, since you look up to Lady Vanessa so very much, please be more punctual next time?
Yes, Lisa. I will be, Lisa.
Let's go and find the next overdue book.
Date with Lisa, part 2. Talk to Sarah. Isn't Sarah the...
Haven't you heard?
She's here. Hello.
Welcome to Good Hunter. Table for two?
Not really.
3!
Oh.
Yeah, but not really.
My apologies. Please sit wherever you like, and call me over once you're ready to order.
So we're gonna eat first and bring up the book situation later?
Why, of course. The stress of work really takes the pleasure out of eating, don't you think?
Work is that bad, huh?
There's like 15 houses in the entire... Do I need to order with her or at the table? There's like 15 houses in the entire city. So there's not that many people. Nope, I probably need to order here. Regarding Lisa's taste in food.
What does Lisa like to eat? She's been here a few times with Master Jean for afternoon tea before. I think she normally orders something vegetarian. A lady tends to eat cautiously on account of her physique, after all. On that note, I should probably be watching my own diet a little more.
Cringe. Okay,
It's been
so
getting quite
just...
busy recently.
Do I get it like this? What would Lisa like? Well, it's not like they have a ton of options. They have 3 dishes. But I know at some point you come here with Amber.
Why don't you order us something, cutie? I'm ever so curious to know what your tastes are.
Well, we're gonna go for the veggie soup because they don't have any sweet options and she doesn't eat meat.
I
So that's-
imagine that making a good vegetable soup takes good quality ingredients, cooked in the right order, at the right heat, for the right... At least, those are the principles that apply when one is making potions. But from what I've heard, soup making was a popular pastime among the witches of the past.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Well, it's that or something I know she won't like, so...
Finished ordering? Sit here, let's dine together.
They have other options later. Nico with Amber.
A fine choice. I'm pleasantly surprised. A truly enchanting dish. Certainly a good fit for a witch. I am simply brimming with elemental energy after that.
Cool.
Paimon's so full.
Time is getting on. I suppose I should carry on with this ghastly thing called work. Let's have a little chat with Sarah about her library book.
Would you like to order something else?
No.
No, thank you. We're quite satisfied. But I'm afraid I must ask you about the Boar Princess.
The boar brisket? I'm sorry. I think we took that off the menu.
She means the book you borrowed.
Oh, of course. I came straight to the restaurant after I borrowed it and completely forgotten that I even had it. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I will bring it to the library myself as soon as I finish work.
Okay then. But make sure you don't forget this time. Right. On to our next stop then, cutie.
How long have they had those books? Someone down there. Oh, I know who it is. It's the flower shop, right? Yes, it is. But it's not you. It's you above. Hello. She's just casually thinking about Diluc, like...
This is our final call for the day.
Welcome. Couples are our specialty. Let me know what you'd like and I'll wrap them up nicely for you.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Now, which book was it that has the line, A date without flowers is a date without romance?
Would you care for some flowers, milady?
Why, it just so happens that I would, my kindest cutie.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
It's crazy that I have so many options that are undiscovered. Miss Flowers,
Mist
what are
flowers? Over there in the corner. But don't touch them with your bare hands. You'll get frostbite.
those? Okay, so if I give that to Lisa, she'll probably die.
You want them? You're sure? It's just that Lisa seems to use Electro quite a lot. Things could get a little bit dangerous.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind.
No, I don't want that actually.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
We're gonna go for the dandelion.
Dandelions are one of our classics, and a personal favorite of Miss Flora, the shop owner. I know what you're thinking. Most flower shops don't sell dandelions. They're a nuisance to care for. Perhaps Miss Flora likes the sense of floating away to a faraway land that the dandelion evokes. Come to think of it, Miss Flora herself gives people the same impression.
The kid?
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
I'm going to
Some flowers for Miss...
be right back. I'm gonna ask her. Do you know? Yes, you do know what
You
kind
want to
of
know
flower.
what flowers to get for Miss Lisa? We're not particularly close, but she strikes me as a classy lady. Yep, it can only be the Cecilia.
Okay, and now I want to see if that appears in the options or if it's just the same as before.
Some flowers for Miss Lisa?
It is listed. What do you think?
want my help? I don't know if I have the best taste in flowers. Why don't you go ask Miss Flora, the shop owner? I couldn't help but notice the flower on Miss Lisa's hat, though. I think it's a rose. Some flowers for Miss Lisa? What would you like?
It's true that she does have a rose kind of theme, but I think I'll go with Flora's suggestion.
Cecilia. Did Miss Flora recommend it to you? This flower is a lot of effort to care for. I hope that I've been doing it right. Otherwise, they won't last long.
Gives us full confidence in your abilities.
But part of the Cecilia's charm is how precious and fragile each one is.
You sure? Can't change again once you've made your mind up.
Yeah, let's go with
Ooh
that.
la la, such fine taste.
Yeah, she does have a rose theme here and everywhere.
This rare flower is only found in Mondstadt's very highest mountains. If only you had picked them for me with your own hands, they would have had twice the sentimental value. Okay,
I mean, I
time
can
to
go
get
do
back
that.
to business. Donna, do you know why we're here?
This is so threatening.
Back to business? My business is selling flowers.
Once again, we see a total lack of respect for literature.
She's
The
so
Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies. Ring a bell?
Oh, yes. Well, what happened was... Oh no, what am I gonna do?
Tu streams jusqu'à quelle heure? Je sais pas du tout. Jusqu'à ce que j'en ai marre. Mais au moins 15h, 15h30, peut-être 16.
I lost the book. A while back, I realized it was almost due, and I was getting ready to bring it back to the library. But I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for days, but nothing. It's like somebody stole it. It should have been there, on my bedside table, right where I left it.
Uh-oh. That Lisa does some crazy things when she gets mad.
I heard that. Well, if it really was stolen, Donna's done nothing wrong. The blame lies with the book thief. And their punishment will be 10 times worse than stealing my book.
Like Paimon said, totally crazy.
Qui parce que j'ai cours jusqu'à 15h. Bah profite bien. Normalement je serai encore là quand tu auras fini. Fais faire des belles choses. Il y a un thème cette semaine? Tout va bien. How do we find the lost book though?
Oh, don't worry about that. As long as I remain librarian, not a single book will go missing for good.
Reassuring.
I put a unique elemental marker on each book. Our thief will have left a nice set of clues for us to follow.
When did Lisa start taking her job so seriously? Paimon always thought she was a total slacker.
Hey, sweetie. I've heard your elemental sensitivity is very strong. Why not see what you can do?
Sure.
Elemental sensitivity? Oh, Paimon's got it. Use your elemental sight to look for clues.
Okay, that's not... Is it this one? Yes, it is.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Okay, that's a really large area.
Looking at the elemental traces, it does seem likely that the book was stolen.
So Donna didn't do anything wrong after all.
It's not from the restricted section, so it's hardly a book worth stealing.
Maybe someone just didn't want to wait for her to return it though.
Whoever wanted this book so badly had a strange fixation indeed.
So what do we do now?
The elemental traces are very faint, but I can tell that the thief took it beyond the city walls. You must see it too, right, cutie? Let's follow the trail and have a look where our thief was headed, shall we?
Yes, boss. We're gonna do just that. In the middle of the night, because of course that's what we do. Doesn't work when I move. Oh, a little bit.
The elemental traces are strong here, but it seems our thief did not stay for long. The trail keeps going. Let's keep looking.
One thing I wish he had is in the... When you choose your character, like when you first start, they have like cute little wings, and I wish he had that. Salut Coco! Bienvenue! Oh, I better not get hit by lightning. Wow. Avec les petites émotes trop mignonnes. Where the heck am I meant to look? Somewhere on... Do I have to climb this? I just might. Whoops. If you get hit by lightning, you will die. I know, because it has happened before. Okay, maybe I'm just an idiot. Oh, it's right here. C'est toi qui les as fait?
It's further than I thought. Quite the
Avec son
intrepid
talent dessin.
explorer, our little thief.
Maybe we frightened the
And
turtle
again?
back inside his shell.
Non, c'est Pidgey. Ah! Tout s'explique.
When I practice my spells in weather like this, I can do half the... No pain, no gain.
Ok, Lisa. Nope. Moi, j'ai pas dessiné. Bah, j'avais vu ça. J'avais bien vu. Elle a fait ça, elle ne les a même pas envoyés.
Spin blade.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I will keep Lisa then. I wish the camera would go further back. Let's not do that. Oh, please tell me it's not the trial. It just might be the trial.
It must be nearby.
I hope the lightning won't get me while I'm in this cutscene.
Using elemental sight, you can even detect magic. Follow the flow of magic to find the book.
Is it going somewhere from here, or what is she doing? Anything. Whoops. This is probably not the best time to be doing this. This way? No. Oh. Okay.
The thief lives inside ruins? Mondstadt people do have some strange quirks.
Please do not jump to such a preposterous conclusion about the living habits of Mondstadt's residents.
Is it even a person?
This seems far more likely to be the work of some none-too-friendly troublemakers.
I don't think hilly turtles are smart enough. And also, it would be weird for them to get into the city, so I'm gonna go for the Abyss Order.
It's like you can read my mind. This is more likely to be the Abyss Order's doing. They do seem to have a way of slipping in and out of places like ghosts, after all. Also, there's an elemental seal at the entrance. It looks like the result of an Abyss mage's magic.
A seal? How are we gonna break it? Is this gonna turn into another huge ordeal?
No.
Not to worry. If you think a little magic can keep me out, think again.
Why is that?
If only you could transfer those skills to when we fight. That would be pretty cool. But no.
Come on.
Whoa! So this is what Lisa's like when she's hard at work.
Which doesn't happen often. Potty level 19. What is that? Oh, it's the book. Boring. Okay, sure. Oh, maybe I got stuff to increase his level.
It's so much bigger in here than Paimon thought. Do we really have to go all the way inside?
If you borrow a book, you have to return it. There will be no exceptions.
Oh, how I miss my magic users. But if I don't get lucky and don't get them, I will be very sad. Okay. We just fly. Oh my god. I hate those. We push you to the side. Oh, and of course we have some little of these. Supposed to go here? Do I need to land here? Yes, I do. There's a chest. Whoops. Okay, how does this work? Do I die if I get hit by one of these? Because if I don't, do I even care that I get hit? I'm tempted to say, no, I don't care. Does this bring me high enough to avoid them? Not really. Not without waiting, at least. Okay, this is the one I remembered. There's little anchors thingies here, and you need Lisa to charge them so the doors open. Whoops. No. Okay. Because she can't break stuff like this, which is annoying. Okay, no, we're not trying that. Yes, is it not gonna... Okay. Can't use her simple attack.
Come a little closer.
Oh wow. Okay, but we can't do this one. That's it. I thought there was a puzzle or something. But no, I just had to get close enough. I need to change her wings. Nope, too far.
Come a little closer.
One thing about Lisa is that her stamina is really bad. It feels like, at least, compared to other characters. So she can't really dash away as easily in a lot of situations. But compared to all the other Electro characters I've had, she is pretty good.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little
Whoops.
closer.
Forgot about that.
Hey!
Oh, really?
Look! It's an abyss mage! Lisa was spot on! How did you find this place? It's so well hidden!
Yeah.
I have no interest in
Not really.
finding out where you little rascals hide yourselves away, but I do want my book back. Tell me, how is it that you have the time to conceal your stronghold and apply a magic seal, but not to sign out a library book in the proper manner? You have no respect whatsoever for other people's work.
You just want the book?
I mean, I'll take any information you give me as well.
I was unaware that anyone in Mondstadt was concerned with unearthing the secret hidden inside this book. Who are you?
The librarian, although I believe that should be quite clear already. Return the book. This is an ultimatum.
Since you insist on concealing your identity, I have all the less reason to give you that book. After all, it contains the secret. Huh? What are you doing? Such concentrated elemental power! Please don't!
Oh. Well, I did think someone was gonna get electrocuted, but I thought it was gonna be me. She is very strong.
Naughty boys who don't do what they're told need a little punishment to keep them in line.
That's not a little.
This is why I call it troublesome work. We'll just need to find the book ourselves. It should be around here somewhere.
I'm sure that's not gonna be too hard. If it still has the traces on it. Wait, does that one open anything? Oh. Okay, I was expecting another trial. Yeah, just one chest.
It's the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmies! Paimon remembers that name! Is this the one you were looking for?
That's the one. It's a good thing it isn't damaged. Otherwise...
Otherwise what? Are you telling me you have even more crazy punishments up your sleeve?
You can just go wake up the one upstairs and shake him up a little.
I would have probably have needed to dish out a little taste of one of my potions in that case. Then again, as I said, it isn't from the restricted section, which is the only reason I would let the average citizen borrow it in the first place. And it doesn't appear to have any abnormal elemental properties, save for the markings I put on it.
Yeah, it seems like just an average storybook.
So why did they want it? What does it
As far
say?
as my duties as a librarian go, my troublesome work is finished. Since this book has piqued your interest, why don't I let you borrow it?
Sure, but when do I have to
There's no
return it?
time limit for you. I will register you as custodian rather than borrower. This is an exclusive privilege reserved for trusted citizens only.
I'm not even a citizen.
Exclusive privilege? Why does Paimon feel this is just your sneaky way of offloading your troublesome work onto someone else?
Excuse me, are you in some way dissatisfied with my work?
Nope.
Good. You're amenable to reason then. I do wish I could keep you by my side as my personal assistant.
To do what?
My work here is done. I'm going back. Don't forget to register at the library when you have a spare moment.
Can we read the book though?
Windblade!
Whoops. Because I think it puts it in our inventory. No. Is that all the books I have, considering I stole 1,000,000 of them? It is? Oh wait, I have recipes. Tea brick pound cake. Cool. Mint jelly. Cool. And a ton of wishes, which is very nice. I only have 2 of these. Okay. Well, I don't know where the book went, but whatever. I'm sure it's not that important. It's not like a storybook is gonna tell us about the plans. We can do this one on the way. because I have done none of them since Saturday. Let's see. I can't make either of them. Needs sugar and flour. Do I not have flour? I have so little of everything. Weird. I've done only one of them? Oh man. Actually, I can't complete this one either, but I think when they give you Barbara, she has abilities for food. I don't know if it's her for the double dish, or if it's just the healing ones have more power. Some of them, not all of them. Oh, it's a ceiling. And it's in its house. Wonderful. Oh wow. This is very efficient.
Is this an answer from this world?
Nope. This is where we arrived from. I don't know what the lizards do, but now I have one. Lizard tail. What do you do with a lizard tail? Nope.
Cool it. Dodge this.
Okay, that was wave 1.
Cool it.
Let's spark things up a little.
Is it not damaging him when he gets shielded? That's annoying. The shields are annoying to break with only an archer, so I'd rather not do that. Okay, that was easy.
A reward on the road.
I am almost at another level of adventure. I don't know if I have a use for these. Maybe? I'm not sure. Okay. Nope, it didn't change the quest. Yeah. Crazy that she's still here. Maybe she's still working with Kaya. I don't know. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, sure.
You've returned. The paperwork is done. You are now the custodian of this book.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. But Paimon thinks we're forgetting something.
The travel guide. I had forgotten.
Over there on the shelf. Isn't that the Tavat travel guide? And look how many copies there are.
The Tavat Travel Guide is a serial publication. It is not part of the library's formal collection.
Oh.
Take one. Consider it your compensation for being Lisa's little helper today. With you by my side, my troublesome work was a little less dull than usual.
Cool.
The Tavat travel guide was just bait to get us to do a day's work.
Are you surprised? I'm not.
I hadn't anticipated that a few routine returns inquiries would take us out of the city, let alone down into some underground ruins. As compensation for dragging you into all this bother, take these souvenirs.
Wow! Lisa went and bought us some special souvenirs.
Cool.
In fact,
Is
they
it
were
something
intended
cool?
for our next outing. But never mind. We can discuss next time's activity when the time comes. I hope you are looking forward to it.
The character quests, probably. I'm not gonna do them. Yeah, here. And I can just take it. To be continued. 36? Oh wow, that's in a while. That's in a long while. So I did get a book. But it's not like the one that we went to look for. I don't know. Did I unlock new stuff? Oh, 26, not 36. You and Paimon are looking to purchase a copy of the Leeway volume of the Tavat Travel Guide in Lair Harbor, intending to use it to visit various places of note throughout the region. No memory of that one. One Wind Book House. Okay. We still have some commissions, so we're gonna go do that. Oh. Oh, I think I know which one it is. It's rather good, actually. See how far that brings my level, and depending on if it brings it high enough, I will do domains. I'll go unlock like the one I saw I needed. I'll start with that. Hello. Godwin, when will you return? Hi. I know that voice. Why, if it isn't the traveler from afar. Thanks to the great Anemo Archon, for he Thanks be to the great Anemo Archon, for he surely sent the wind to guide you to this place. I have a request for you. No, actually, that's Catherine who sent me. My boyfriend, Godwin, he's in the Knights of Favonius. He left the city ages ago and still hasn't come back. Haven't heard a single word from him since he's been gone. I'm so worried about him. Poor Godwin, what if he runs into those nasty hilly trails? Or he has also said that they're at war with the Abyss Order. They're not very efficient about that. What if he gets injured, and now he's been away so long, what if he takes a liking to one of the pretty knight's girls? Sorry, I'm getting carried away. My mother always tells me that dandelions can carry people's heart's desires far away to a distant place. So my request is, could you collect 3 dandelion seeds from Windrise for me? Sure. Thank you ever so much. May the Anemo Archon protect you. We do have enough, so I can just give them to her. Wonderful. Did you get my dandelion seeds? Yes, I did. Thank you. Can you please place them into my hands? I can't see and I'll lose them otherwise. Will these be enough? Place them into my hands. That's the only way I can tell. Sure. This is enough. Now to tell them everything I want to say to Godwin. I don't need to know that. Cover your ears, please. No eavesdropping. These are private words shared between lovers. You must have had a similar experience before. In writing, I'm not talking to them. Okay, I'm done. Now take these to the top of the Anemo Archon statue and release them into the wind. The great Archon himself will take them from there. I hope it will guide them to Godwin. The statue in front of the...
Lord Barbados.
Oh,
Please
no.
see to it that Godwin gets home soon.
It's so annoying to climb. Ugh. Okay. Sure. I did not remember that part. Obviously. And now we need to climb this without sliding down 17 times. Which is not guaranteed. Okay, you have all your stamina. Yes, you do. That's so annoying. Climb, idiot. And there we go. For some reason... Oh, I thought I was gonna fall all the way to the bottom. But for some reason you can't climb across, like, the side here. But in a lot of places you can actually jump to go across it. Oh no, it's over there. Okay. It's not really the top. That's cute. Little seeds. Miss Girly, where exactly are you? Further? Oh, okay. I was thinking of the wrong spot.
Lord Barbados.
Hello.
Please see to it that...
Did you do it? It was so windy up there. God, that's what we want. Good, that's what we want. That way the dandelion seeds can travel far away. Maybe they really will reach Godwin after all, and pass on what I want to say to him. Here, take these. Say thank you. There's still so much more I want to say to Godwin. I may need your help again in the future. Okay. She gave me 9 apples. Oh, and I got a bunch of stuff as well. But she gave me 9 apples. We're gonna go through here. I think it works. Nope. Actually, you need some food before you die when I'm not looking. Okay.
Windblade!
Okay, easy.
I'll
Very
keep this
easy.
close.
Nice. I'm not used to finding so many easy stuff anymore. Because I raised my word level kind of a lot.
Dodge this!
Okay, that's definitely the sword. Doing a lot more damage. Maybe I should stop him. Oh wow, that was efficient. Was it because... No, it was just very efficient. I thought it was because there was the other one that had fire next to him. Okay, pretty useful. Do we have any keys for this? I don't think so. They would probably be in here. We don't have any. 700 meters? What is it? Okay, what I want to do is go unlock this one. They're probably not gonna die from the fall though. Nope, they're not.
Hit. Yep. Hit. 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 You're in for a little shock. Yep.
You have something to tell me? Is that a passing traveler I see? Sit with me. The view from here is incredible. Who are you? They call me Ross. Ross the Quick. Especially the ones who are always trying to catch me. That's it? Do you have something to give me? What are you doing here? It's a good question. What am I doing here? I lost my way, then I got chased by a boar, then the hilly turtles joined the chase. I ran until my legs gave out and my energy was gone. Then I suddenly noticed this lake. Then I had this realization that I've spent my whole life running for no reason. No matter what, right now I'm going to give myself a proper rest. Screw missions and all that. Although there is the fact that if I don't report to the gang soon, they'll fine me something like 800,000 mora? Jesus. I forget how much exactly. Whatever. Screw the gang of thieves too. You from a gang of thieves? Now that you mention it, yes I am. Originally, my mission was to find this place called the Abandoned City. But since I haven't reported back on my progress in so long, I've probably technically been kicked out of the gang by now. That said, if you're gonna report me, I won't run away. Either way, let me enjoy this view just a bit longer, won't you? Okay, sure. Do whatever. There's a silly somewhere. And there's a flower here. And I need those.
Wow,
Ooh,
these
17.
will come in handy.
Okay, good. Now I think I have to go through here. Because there is an easier place to climb. Okay. Can Lisa do more damage to it? No, she cannot. Cannot wait to have characters that are made for this. Because I still technically don't have any Claymore characters. I'll have Noelle when I do the first pole thingy.
A reward on the road.
I think it's with that. Oh, can I climb that? Maybe. Hopefully. But until then, I don't have anyone. Actually.
You're in for a little shock.
Freeze!
I like knowing that I can shatter the shields if they're already burning. Very nice. Will you please get out of there? Okay, thank you. Nope.
I'll keep this close.
Sure. Do that.
Dodge this!
Or a bunch of slime. What am I gonna do with all of that? Alchemy, I guess? Oh, I could do the alchemy quest as well to raise my level. That's something I've forgotten about. I don't use alchemy very much. Never really got used to it. Can I even do these? I don't know. I don't know if I have a high enough level.
Cool it! What's the hurry?
Through here? Probably. Oh, I know which one it is. There's a bunch of stuff to do here. Let's start with you. Level 24? Okay. This one.
With the wind!
Very efficient. Love that. I took all the damage through the fire. Because there
I'll
was
keep this close.
the little fire in the middle. They're very nice. Those will come back, but... Poor little Sealy. You're probably a lower level, actually. Did it already go? No. Okay, I didn't know they could do that to Sealy Quartz. Cool. Second one is in there. Third one is already in. Fourth one should be over there, maybe? Nice.
I'll keep this close.
When they're by 4, it's either a chest or a monster.
Cool it.
Hello. For the last one, I don't think that if I climb this, it's high enough. I'm gonna try. And then this one is an emo. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, not high enough, but this one will be. And now we just wait to fall in the middle.
Don't push your luck.
Oh, seriously? Okay. Let's try again. Please don't throw me away. Thank you. I don't know why it kicked me the first time, because I fell on top of it? Maybe because I was too high? I don't know. Here we go! Nice. I do this one quite often. Cecilia Garden. Level party 15. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know you could have the list already. Well, it's not like we can do much for our characters. We don't have any others. 75 electro damage bonus. Cool. Actually, one of these? Yes. Perfect.
You're in for a little shock. Surrender and be gentle.
Freeze. Ha. Ha. Cool it. Ha. Ha.
Oh. When they get close enough to the area, they can get hit. But it doesn't move with me. Unlike his burst. Okay, let's see what we got. Nice. Adventure experience, companionship experience. I don't really... Oh. Sorry, there was a bug. The bug has been extinguished. Mora and 5 of these. Oh wow, that's a lot. Cool. And we've used 20 resin. Not bad. We're gonna do the last commission. Then the alchemy quest, and then we should be at the level needed. Please fall on top. Yes.
Hey!
Seriously?
That's cheating!
Okay.
Freeze!
Oh,
Cool it!
please don't do that again.
This moment will be frozen in time.
It's not the other one apparently. Oh, it's
What's the hurry?
Can you get him?
Come a little closer.
Please fall from the platform. Thank you. Oh, do they not get summoned? Oh, okay. I thought they'd still appear even if I destroyed the tower. But maybe they hadn't started being summoned enough? Okay, works for me. We're gonna see if I can do the chest here. I don't see a reason why not. Oh, a Sealy. Well, chest first, Sealy second. Oh, I see. It's one of the puzzles. Two. There's... Is that? Okay. There's probably some on top of the things.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Let's see.
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber!
Maybe up here? No. But let's see. There's one over there. Am I gonna hit it? No, I'm too far away. Where's the last one? The Sealy Court is here. Oh. One, two. Three with the one on the top. Maybe somewhere around here there should be another one. Yes. This one here. And this one here. Some of them are really hard to find in other places.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift!
There's one in Leeway where I have 3 out of 4 and I'm incapable of finding the last one. Oh! Well, that was very efficient. I'm not used to their powers doing so much
Is
damage.
this an answer from this world?
Okay. This is the alchemy quest. We're gonna do this one. Oh my god. I don't like that the teleport waypoints are at the bottom of the list when you're doing, like, when there's multiple points. No. I don't know how to do that yet. I need to speak to him.
Greetings. I am Timaeus, researcher of alchemy. Welcome to Mondstadt.
What's
Alchemy is a craft that has been passed down since ancient times, but it is barely understood in the present.
Okay.
Its mechanisms are magical and mysterious, completely unlike the principles that shape our understanding of the physical world. If we can get the hang of this, we should be able to create some pretty awesome stuff.
This must be your alchemist's workbench.
That's right. Why not give it a go yourself?
It sounds complicated.
You'll be fine. The procedure's actually very simple. If you're interested, I could show you the basics.
Sure. Show me the basics. I can do a ton of things. Make a ton of things. Well, most of them I can't make actually. Recipe list. I can convert lazurite into dust. Oh no, it's with dust. And it makes something? Okay, but I can't do any of these. I can only do this. We're gonna make more slime stuff. Sure. This has no use, probably, but later I'll do a lot of the masks and also the insignias that you get, mostly in Leeway, and a ton of this. Because I always need these, and I never have them, because I hate fighting those guys.
All we are really doing is following the methods of the ancients as best we can. Much as one who uses a wind glider needs not understand how it was built in order to glide. The difference with alchemy is that every time I think I finally understand how it's supposed to work, something totally unexpected happens.
What else can we do?
To be honest with you, I just don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot of other mysterious recipes I have to research first. Over the course of your adventures, you should come across some alchemist notes from ancient civilizations. And as your adventure rank increases, more recipes will become available to you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I look forward to hearing more about your exploits. Well, see you next time. May the wind bring you good fortune on your path ahead.
Sure. For now, we don't need this. Do I get anything else from the quest? Apparently not. Okay, that's fine. Let's see Miss Catherine about the quests and the
Ad
expeditions.
Astra Abyssosk.
Any new commissions? Greetings, adventurer. The tales of your deeds are now known to all in Mondstadt. We haven't even finished the story. Continue in this fashion and you are destined to become one of the great adventurers of our age. Got anything for me to do? If you wish to become a great adventurer, there comes a time when you must move beyond the places you know. Now you have amassed such a wealth of adventuring experience, perhaps it is time for you to explore somewhere new. Take this letter and deliver it to Leeway Catherine. There's a Catherine in Leeway too? Yes, I'm sure you will have no trouble finding her. Anyway, once Leeway Catherine has this letter, she will be your point of contact there for all your adventuring needs. Of course, whenever you are back in Mondstadt, I will still be delighted to be of service. I would ask that you refrain from opening the letter. If anything were to fall out, it could cause complications. The time has come for you to take the next step towards the stars in the abyss, at Astra Abyssosk. Okay, we are not going to Leeway
Ad
right now.
Astra Abyssosk.
First,
Thank
we're gonna
you for
do the
completing today's commissions.
We're not nowhere near level 18. I thought I would be, but no.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Yes, we know. The adventure ranks, I've done 2. Nice. What do I get for this one? Oh, nice. And I just need this one for the quest, the main quest. And
Ad
finally,
Astra Abyss.
the expeditions. We got a bunch of ore and some food. For the new one, it's more ore and this one is different foods. And I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I still have a limit of 2. I can't send more people. Even if I have a ton of characters, I can't send them. Okay. Achievements. Yes, we'll check that. Return the Seelie to their rightful places and unlock the entrance to the domain in Wolvendom. The Sicilia Garden. Defeat a Cryoregisvine without destroying the Corella weak point. That's gonna happen more than once. For Tomorrow Without Tears. I don't remember which one this is, because it was last time, not today. Collect the entire Hilichurl's Cultural Custom series, which I'm never gonna read, but thank you. Grasp how 10 different dishes are made. I think this is for knowing them, not mastering them, like doing them like however many times it takes. Elemental Specialist. Defeat 4 opponents with Electro Charge within 2 seconds. On accident, but I'll take it. And we'll do the male for Act 3. Mushroom Realm Reality. I don't even know what that is. I don't have access to all that, but thank you for the money. Okay. Well, I guess we'll do the cooking one, because it's unlocked. And these two I don't want to do. Okay. I wanted to have more ingredients, more rare stuff. Well, I guess I do have a bunch of things. Because you have to add things to the recipe that she's making. Oh, there's a Seelie Court here? I wonder where it is. Is that another one? There's 2. Okay. Need to find them. Actually, that's a good idea. Oh, it was here. Okay. I thought it was further. Hello. It's me again.
Are you sure this is Springvale?
Yes, for the millionth time, yes. But I don't know any of the people you're looking for.
That is not possible. They all live in Springvale. They are my neighbors and friends.
This is strange. What is going on?
I think I know.
What is it?
He's talking about Springvale from a long, long time in the past.
How long? Surely not hundreds of years. Does that really make sense?
He and the boar were frozen.
Oh, like the way that you keep food fresh.
Yeah.
Still, it's hard to believe.
But
I
it
know.
doesn't seem like there's any other sensible explanation.
Okay, so what's your...
Olaf.
Okay, that cut out.
Olaf? Oh, I'm sure I've seen that on my family tree.
Yeah, you have the exact same face as well. I think that should be a pretty clear indication.
I can't remember which generation it was from, but it was definitely on there.
So, a great-great-great-great-grandfather, but with a whole lot more greats?
They don't look so distantly related.
What an unusual turn of events! Reunited at long last! Isn't that just amazing? Olaf, do you want to come and watch a cooking competition?
Ah, yes, that reminds me. Brooke told me about the competition, and I've set everything up at the venue. You should come with me.
Yes, sir. First, I am taking all the stuff that you have lying around. Oh, there's something over there as well. It's too bad we can't enter many of the houses. I'd love to go inside. Anyway, where am I supposed to go? Higher 50 meters. Up there? Maybe, apparently. Doesn't seem like the best place, but okay. There's more stuff? Yeah, there is. Wrong choice.
Dodge this!
Better choice. Oh, everyone's here. Hello. Nope.
We're ready to cook. Are you? I was born ready. Oh, and Sigfria will be my assistant for the competition.
Then let the cooking commence. I will be your judge today. And don't worry, I may have known Brooke for longer, but I will remain entirely impartial.
Okay.
Much appreciated. Well then, Traveler, Paimon, prepare!
What do we need to prepare?
We're taking part in this too?
Well, of course.
Of course! If Brooke has an assistant, you guys will have to be mine. I'll need you by my side when the going gets tough. Paimon doesn't remember applying for that job.
Paimon isn't gonna be doing any of the cooking. But I'm going to see this through.
Okay, Paimon will do it for the sake of the food.
Surprising, huh? Is there other stuff I can get? Yes. When drinking into town, temporarily close manager. Well, I have stolen your vegetables. Alright, we are so winning this.
First problem is ingredients. We need something special to dress up the steak, but I don't have anything suitable here. I've got it! Radish is what we need. Mashed or grated, it'll add a touch of freshness. And we can carve little flowers out of it as a garnish. 2 birds, 1 stone. Go find me a radish. There should be some in the area. Oh, and make sure you wash it because it's going straight into the dish.
I have some already in my pockets.
Come on! Let's wash the radish in the lake.
Ugh. Okay.
Slimes! Scared the bejesus out of Paimon. This is way too close to the venue. What if they stir up trouble during the competition? I don't think we should risk it. Go get them!
Yeah, they're fine.
Wowie! Big and luscious! It's perfect! Thanks, you guys! Now, how about... Xiangling, look out! The pan's on fire!
Seriously?
Oh no! It's gonna burn! It's gonna burn! It's gonna burn! Get the fire under control! Without using water, though, or this dish is a goner!
Can I use... which fire? This one? Nope, wrong one. Oh. Okay, I guess that works.
Ugh! This is practically charcoal now! Oh, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. Also, I'm thinking our main is a little weak. We need to mix it up a bit. Make me a mushroom chicken skewer. And make sure it's got that ooh la la on the outside. Then hits you with the cha-ching in the middle. Just make it taste friggin' awesome!
That means nothing, but sure. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Chicken and mushroom. I do have the ingredients, thank God. Yeah, I can make one, I guess. Is that good for you? Yes.
You're a natural. The meat is on track, but we're aiming for perfection here, and I just think it lacks a certain what? A certain boom shakalaka. Yes, definitely needs some boom shakalaka, or perhaps a little shakalaka boom pow.
How is this making sense to
I
you?
just mean it would be a waste of such amazing ingredients to just serve this as is. Let me see. What would be ideal is some kind of regional specialty. Regional specialty? Yes, something that's native to this area but isn't often used in cooking. I don't care if it flies, crawls, or bounces. Even insects I can work with. Interesting choice. I'm sure I can make something of it. All right then.
Nope. Stop moving.
Thanks, you guys. Now show me what you got.
I have a ton of ingredients from the area. Oh, but I can only give her stuff that's alive? Oh. Last time I gave her butterfly wings and it worked. Slime? No, we're not gonna give you slime. So, I'm gonna give you some butterfly wings.
Do you really want to add that? It's a little odd. It'll be fine. This was an excellent find, guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, Chef Xiangling needs to concentrate. But I'll be sure to annoy you again if I need anything else. It looks like Xiangling's main dish is almost done. Let's go and see. I almost forgot. Side dish. We need a side dish.
Sure.
Are you sure it's no trouble? Here, take this. I just scrolled it down at the last minute. And
Please tell me
here
I
are
have
all
the
the
ingredients.
you need.
Oh, great.
Is this the recipe for that snack you gave us earlier? Yes, with some minor improvements so it uses up the leftover ingredients from Liyue. This is so complicated. How are we supposed to cook this with no experience?
No worries.
The technique doesn't matter. What matters is that you do it with passion. And that's what my father taught me. And you must be passionate about cooking if you've helped me this much already. I trust you guys. I know you'll nail this side dish.
Leave it to me.
I like it. Come on, this is the final push.
Oh, jade parcels. Those are amazing. My dad mostly taught me to clean my dishes when I'm cooking. Okay, I have everything. It's not gonna be that hard. I say with full confidence without having seen the size of the thing. I can make more. I'm gonna make more. Okay, I can't make more. Hello.
They're so fragrant I could smell them coming a mile away. We're all set, and now to serve the meal. This competition is ours.
I sure hope so.
This was a fine feast. I have dined today like I have never dined before. Both chefs' dishes today were nothing short of exceptional. They were true masterpieces. And that is what makes this an extremely difficult decision. But this is a competition, and there can only be one winner. And that winner is Xiangling.
Let's go.
Whoopee! I win!
I thought I was sure to win with pork chops so fresh they were practically still grunting.
Oh, gross.
But it turns out that's still no match for the taste of extinct boar.
Excuse me? Did you say this was cooked from extinct boar?
Yep, every last bit.
My goodness. A single mouthful must be worth 100,000 mora.
I thought this said 1,000 and I was like, 1,000 isn't very much, but 100,000 is quite a lot.
The amount you'd make if you sold this could support every hunter in town for years to come.
The main thing is that you enjoyed eating it. I don't care about the mora. Anyway, now our judge has given his verdict. It's time for everyone else to eat too. I made plenty. Meanwhile, I want to try Brooke's dish.
This is absolutely delicious. I'll admit it, I was beaten by the best.
Losing is no fun, but it was worth it for the chance to eat such superb cooking. Please, Shanling, I want some more. This is gorgeous too! Such a perfectly layered texture. Were it not for that exquisite boar and excellent side dish, it's hard to say if I still would have won. Paimon's turn to eat!
Yeah.
I will have a taste too. Oh my. This is the taste of Springvale. Or rather, it used to be.
Poor guy. Sorry, dude. That's just how it is. It tastes so good, I want to weep tears of joy. Probably not.
This is the last time I will be able to taste the food of my era.
Hey now, cheer up! If you like the taste, I can always make you some more.
Really? But the boar, it's extinct.
The boar may be, but the taste isn't. I can simply recreate it using different ingredients. Putting a smile on customers' faces is what we chefs are called to do.
Thank you.
A good time was had by all. But everyone's gone now. Let's go and say goodbye to Xiangling.
Is there anything else I can get? A little bit. I don't know if she leaves right now. Or if she keeps going in the city.
Thanks, you guys. Without your help, I don't know how it would have gone today. And without you, Paimon wouldn't have gotten to try so many new tasty snacks. Also wouldn't have gotten so full.
Where will you go now?
Not sure. I'll probably start heading back to Liyue, but I might change my plan on the way. I don't like to plan things too thoroughly. Who knows? Maybe you'll bump into me out in the wild again. Must be nice to be so carefree. You are a gifted chef. You made an amazing batch of jade parcels. Come and visit me at the Wanmin restaurant sometime. I did promise I'd cook for you. And
True.
if you want, I'll teach you how to cook some of my latest inventions too.
It's a deal.
It's a deal. See you again soon.
See you again when I get you on my team. When I do the Spiral Abyss. Oh wow, 60 primos, not bad. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Mushrooms are great. Blah blah blah. Mushroom propaganda. Okay. So now the thing is, we're still at the same adventure rank. There's one here. Let me guess, it's on top of the house. Oh, very surprised that it did that. It's over here. Okay, there's one here. Where are the others? They can't be too far, or you lose them before you get to the thing. Oh, there was one here. Okay. One here. One here. Okay, very efficient. And now we have two that we can give. Oh, is that something I can open over there? It looks like a domain I can unlock. That would be very cool. And it's not very far. Okay, I've been here for 2 hours. I'm gonna unlock this and then I'm gonna go get a snack. Because it's about 3. And I want to get a snack. Oh, a ley line. Let's do that.
Go, go, Berry Bunny!
Cool it. Dodge this.
How many is there going to be total? 7. Okay.
Freeze.
Oh, is it the one from last time? Oops.
Disappear.
Nope.
Dodge this. Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
I hate those. I hate those. I hate those. Sure. Oh, adventure experience. Pretty good. It's here at the top. Okay. For the longest time in my game, in my first game, I didn't really know how those worked and how to get the rewards that they give. Oh wow. Oh my god. Level 47? Oh well, we're a long way away from that. So I just didn't have the elements and I was wondering where to get them. I just could not figure it out for a very long time. I have 0. We're gonna make 3. Oh, that's what the Sanserias are for. I don't think you use them in much else. Need those. I always have a ton of them. I almost never have the berries and the sugar, mostly. Oh, and 5. I think that's enough. Okay. Now. Nope. Can I make anything? Yes, I can make some stuff. Cool. And that's it. Okay. I'm going to take a very quick break. I'm going to go get myself a snack, and then I will be right back. Alright. I've had a snack, some water, did some stretching, obviously. Let's get back into
I
it.
didn't know you were such a slacker.
Thank you, Kaya. That's really nice of you to say. Oh. Okay, I wanted to catch myself, but apparently the game didn't want me to. That's fine. Just happens sometimes. No, that's not enough. Well, it will have to be. I want to see what's in the camp above there. Because I guess to increase my level, I'm just going to do some exploration. Just go to random places and get everything from them. Wrong key. Oh my god.
Let it rip.
Well, that was useless.
Not so hard!
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's another level. Wonderful.
How fortunate.
Oh. I should give some of my ore to the guy. What's he called? I forget. Okay. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. Great, thank you. I forgot these. Okay.
Dodge this.
Did you just try to club me with this?
Wind blade.
I'm so used to having multiple waves of enemy when doing these. Just a bunch spawning after each other.
I'll keep this close.
Nothing in this house. One apple in this house. Oh. Sometimes there's just a bunch of chests hanging out in some of them, which is really nice. Not here, apparently. Okay. Is there more stuff I can unlock? There's one point here. I have one remaining at the top here. And I could do this one on the way. And see the island. But I know you can't fly here, I'm pretty sure. It's too far. Another temple here. Domain. And that's about it. We're gonna start here. We're gonna follow this through here, and then we'll go and do the last point. Okay. Actually, I'm going in this direction. There's one right here? Oh yeah, at the top, but I don't think I can go in there yet. There's a quest about that, actually. Can I climb this? This looks really high. I'm gonna go through more of the path.
Come a little closer.
With the wind!
Whoops. Well, that was a bit overkill. Let's be honest. Isn't there a better way to get up there? Probably. I don't know if that did anything to it. That's probably a way, right? Right. Okay, then maybe not.
Wind blade!
Oops.
Cool it. Dodge this.
Hydro Abyss Mage. Uses a Hydro board to protect itself. Perhaps you can break down its defense with Cryo or other elemental attacks that react with Hydro. So a lot of them.
This moment will be frozen in time.
A bunch of idiots.
Cool it.
Come a little closer.
I like putting all three of Lisa's little electro things on the enemies and then blasting them with Cryo. It's more fun. And now we want to unlock this. All the way
Seems
over
all
there.
the other knights already have their hands full.
That's such a sad way to say you're stuck with me because everyone else is too busy.
Dodge this.
All that for a tomato? I don't even use them for anything. In my other game, I have a ton of them because I don't think I have any recipes that use them. Or like, not more than one. Coucou Chacha. Oh, trop mignon.
Dodge this.
Bien dans le thème en tout cas. Will you please just hit it instead of everything but the enemy? Moi j'ai fait un petit peu toutes les quêtes que je peux faire. Et du coup là je fais la map pour avoir le niveau d'aventure pour pouvoir continuer la quête principale. Parce que bon, j'ai toujours pas débloqué la zone où ça se passe. He's just there in the middle of the way.
I'll race you there.
Fucking not what I wanted to do. Crazy that he doesn't see me. Oh. He extinguished it.
Disappear.
Go away. Wait, did it take the big one as well? No.
Freeze.
Whoops.
Cool it.
Nope.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Dodge this.
Oh, come on.
Wind blade.
I guess it wasn't damaged enough. Annoying. Whatever.
I'll keep this close.
Actually, I can probably raise his level quite a lot. Oh, I didn't send it in? Oh, right, because I didn't have this, but I got it through the story last time. And the masks I also didn't have. Cool. How far can you go? 17 levels. I'll take it. Nice. And I get a wish from sending him. Very nice. He's probably gonna hit a little harder now. That doesn't look normal. Can I go and see what it is? Why not? Nothing bad's gonna happen to me, right? Right? I don't know if I believe that. Oh. Thought it had gone somewhere else, but no. Hello, little Sealy. Can I do anything about that?
Come a little closer.
Nope. Not who I wanted yet. There's 2 more that I need to find. And then what do I get? A wind current? Is it right above me? Almost. Maybe I do get a wind current. Ha! Gotcha. This I can't do. And I guess we'll just go around and try to find the other Sealies. Oh, there's one right here. Hello. Where the hell did it go? I should never look away from the Sealies because this happens every time. Okay,
No
great.
escape.
Nope. Nope. Oh, that was efficient. There might be one over here somewhere.
A reward on the road.
A random chest. Cool. The little island. Oh, it's over there. Then I'll have to find the one I lost, like an idiot. Oh, it's over here. Cool. What do you want me to do? Just that? Okay, sure. Nice. Number 2. And then the other one I think was... Yes, it's there on the side. What are you doing here? Please tell me it's not gonna go down. Okay, no. I don't want to climb back up again. Oh, I guess walk. Ha. There is a wind current. That is very high. Where is the thing? Oh. It's behind me. I thought it was higher. Is this even gonna work? I mean, I guess. Yes. And now we get this. Awesome. Oh. Okay. Okay, calm down, please.
You're in for a little shock. Let's spark it.
Freeze! Oh, so sorry. Cool it!
Oops. I thought it still had some things.
Freeze!
answer from this world?
Sure, Atlas. Sure it is. Let's go. No! Oh no. Oh, come on. Great. And I'll need to do the whole wind current thing again, because there's no teleportation point unless this is open. Man, lots of stuff at level 20. Stuff I can't do right now. There's also one at the top here, and I don't think I've ever gotten it. I'm pretty sure. I do a lot more damage. This is very nice. Cool. Can I get it from here? Oh, maybe I can actually. Oh! I can definitely get it with those. Cool. One more. Well, maybe I did get it then. Is there something here? Or is it just like, no, it's just water. Oh. Alright. What is that up in the sky? I don't remember. I know there's something. Can I? No, I can't. I know it's here, but I can't do it. Great. We're gonna go unlock this one. And then we'll see. There was one more thing. One more I could unlock, I think. I think I know which one this is. Did I not just see a Sealy somewhere here? Yeah. I thought that might be a little close, and it was. Okay. Okay, the little Sealy is still there. Didn't lose it this time. Very nice.
Is this an answer from this world?
We're still so far from the next level. What the hell? Maybe by doing the domains? They're quite easy so far. Well, the one I did. Yeah, it's what I thought. It's the one that's down here. Okay. I definitely can't do that. I don't have the rank and I don't have the party level. Good to know. But at least it's unlocked. Whoops. And I said there was another thing, I think down here? Yes, this point. And I'll do the ley line in the middle.
With the wind!
Oop, please don't do that.
Wind blade!
It's not very nice.
Dodge this! What's the hurry?
Oh, come on, another one of these?
Freeze!
And there's two
This
of them.
moment will be frozen in time.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Yep. Here.
Come, don't be such a brute. Ha! You're in for a little shock.
Okay. I didn't think Lisa would be so effective against them, but good for me. And it's over there. I think it's next to the water somewhere. I'll climb back up there at some point. Ooh, a viewpoint. Let's go get that as well. Can I climb this? Yeah, I can. So pretty. Okay. In my first game, there's a ton of viewpoints that I missed because I was going not through the path, and a lot of them are like on roads and bridges and things, and I was just walking through the forest and stuff like that. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little...
Okay, why did he attack the flower? What was the point of that? Cool. Little Sealy. Oh. Oh, that's the girl from earlier. She's on a quest to go to Liyue. Sorry, can you wait here for a moment? What is it? Did you forget something? No, that I didn't. But looking at the map, if we go any further, we'll have left Mondstadt. And there's no way to know when I'll return. When my teacher sees my message, he'll flip his lid. Is he an adventurer too? Well, yes. When he first became an adventurer, he ran into some meta-trolls out in the wilds. What are those? Oh, is it the tall ones? During the melee, he let his guard down and got knocked out by an axe. Oof. He was lucky a passing knight saved him and took him back. He was so ashamed he decided to train his combat skills to the absolute max before he went out again. He's now been training for a decade? Oh man. He always says the basics are the most important, but I just can't stand hacking away at wooden dummies every day. So I went out alone without telling him. Do something he'd be proud of? I don't know. That's exactly what I was thinking. I've got it. Takes some dandelion seeds, speaks to them and releases them. Okay. According to our customs, dandelions can carry wishes. I just wish that everything will go smoothly on my journey, that I reach my goals, and that my teacher will understand me. I'm certain the animal archon has heard your wish. Yeah, I doubt that. Time to forge ahead. Okay.
Dodge this!
Please fall down. I wonder when I unlock fishing. Not that I'm any good at it, but okay, I thought I was supposed to break this, but I cannot break it. Can I keep going through here? Well, the edge of the world isn't far. I'll be able to go here.
Freeze! Cool it!
I guess we're technically in leeway now.
What's the hurry?
Oh! My very first. Are these so hard to break?
Wind blade!
Okay, yes, apparently they are. Okay, whatever. I'll come back for it later. Not that. Stop hitting the rock, you idiot. Nope. Come on. Oof.
get tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Sure thing, Amber. I wonder if I can find ingredients and stuff here. Probably. In Leeway there's also a lot of like iron and things just hanging out. Because there's a lot of mines and in a lot of places you can just like take it. Nope.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. I can break that.
A reward on the road.
A ton of things.
Windblade!
I never know what to do with these. Oh. Okay.
I'll keep this
I'll
close.
take that. Did it give me anything? No. I don't want to go too far in. Oh, there's another one here. I'm gonna go do that one. And then, well, no. I was gonna say I could do this one here, but this is the dragon spine. And I'm gonna freeze. Could not believe how late in the story they teach you the whole like how not to freeze recipe. Like there's a potion for it and I got it really late. Maybe I should just do more quests in order when I get given them. What's that under there? Let's go see. Is it an ice? Yeah, it's a chest in ice. Well, Miss Amber is gonna melt that right off.
A reward on the road.
Cool. Worth it. Will I be able to go through here? I'm obviously not gonna climb here. I'm just gonna fall and die miserably. Yeah, definitely. Well, okay. Do I have a closer point to start from? I have this one. Tell me it's not at the bottom. Oh, it's not. Nice. It's one I can't do, but it's helping anyway. Oh, more camps. Nice. Hello, I'm coming to take everything you've ever had. Oh, there's two of them.
Windblade!
Don't get get frostbite?
Okay, that sounded like there were 3, but there were just 2.
Right. Cool it. How fortunate.
Nice. 30 points of experience, not bad. Is it? What is that over there? Oh, please tell me it's not in the cold. No. Seriously? Where are the other 2? There's one here. There's one here, but the 3rd. A good question. Oh. Seriously? Okay, got that one. And the domain isn't in the cold. Oh, there's 2 of them. I don't know if I can fight those. Probably not. I'm gonna unlock this first and then see if I can fight them and not get absolutely destroyed. Because they're kind of difficult. Especially when there's also the other ones. I think it's Electro. 59! Okay. We have even more time for that. Nope. Wrong key. I will take that, thank you.
Time to work.
Yeah, those. Fatui Skirmisher. Cryo. They receive some kind of elemental buff. Perhaps use an element that reacts with cryo. Those ones have... Oh no, it's the big ones, they have shields for this. There's a Hydro one and a cryo one. Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure that's perfectly fine.
Freeze. What's the hurry?
Thankfully, they're not actually that strong.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Try not to enjoy it.
Go, go, Baron Buddy! No one escapes my sight!
Oh no!
Yeah, cryo didn't, Electro didn't do much to them. To this one.
Is this an answer from this world?
Not great. But they weren't that strong, so that's good. Okay, what does this one say? Experience. Oh, something I chopped. Collect 3 rewards from Blossom of Wealth or Revelation. And that was the last one. Oh, 200 experience. Cool. 50 primos, 15,000 mora, a feather, and some crystals. Very nice. I have nothing in this one. 10 ley lines and an artifact. Craft something using alchemy. Yeah. Oh Oh my god, level 18. Very cool. First, will this use all that I have? I can't ascend you, that's fine. This will use all that I have. But that's okay. Can I do something for your weapons? I think I can ascend this one. Yes, the things that I got were for this weapon specifically. 12 levels, not bad. If I do 3, what does it get? And we do get to level 40, and I can't do more, but that's fine. This one is 34. Can I do better? I think I maybe want to keep the bow. And it did reach level 40. Okay. For Lisa, I don't have anything better. But I think it would benefit if she had something better. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's the same as this one. Okay, I thought I was using hers. Can I do this then? Yes, I can. Nice. And hers is level 20. I don't really want to improve it all that much. I don't know if it's really worth doing. But we have reached the necessary level. So we're gonna go get that from Catherine. Give all the iron and stuff we've collected.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
And then do the quest. Ooh, lots of stuff. Very cool. Thank you. Hello. I'd like something made. And I can do some of these now, because I got the necessary ore. A few of these, 5, not bad. And a ton of these. Very cool. It's just gonna get done by itself. And we are supposed to go to the winery, which we're gonna do just now. I need to stop it from following this, because that's very annoying. We'll do that later. I wonder how I'm supposed to get the keys for the little thing that's there in the distance. I think that goes sanctuaries? I'm not sure. I don't know how you get the key for those. Hello, it's me again.
The Abyss Order. Enemies of the human race. Even the underground networks rarely come across any information on them. With that said, it was a bit of a hassle, but I managed to dig up a few clues.
Really? That quickly? You really are well connected, Master G. Luke.
Come to think of it, Mr. Big Animo God Barbados, why exactly do you need the help of mere humans?
How do I put it? The Seven, as people now know them, were once known as the Seven Archons. Each Archon presides over their own part of Tevat. That is the role the Archons play. Only in performing this duty can we attain power. But I don't like the idea of ruling Mondstadt, and I don't feel Mondstadt would really like it either.
Go forth and establish a city of freedom without rule. We have not forgotten Barbados' wish for Mondstadt.
Jean, you're such a devotee. Maybe someone got a little too free and is just too lazy to care.
However it may have come to be, I haven't been back to Mondstadt for an extended period of time.
What was he doing then?
Without a doubt, I am now the weakest Archon among the 7.
And yet you sound almost proud.
Aw, you flatter me.
Oh, such a humble god. Is it a blessing or a curse? But we digress. Let's get back to the topic at hand. The common enemy of all mankind. We have tracked the Abyss Mage to the vicinity of the winery.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to not let it escape.
Let's hunt it down. This is not... we won't be done with them. Song of the Dragon of Freedom. Oh, okay. I was like, yes, but are we gonna fight here? On the front step of the house? Seems impractical. These guys? I guess.
Windblade! Oh, so sorry. Freeze!
Can you stop it? Thank you.
Dodge this!
Seriously? Come on.
Freeze!
Huh? What's this?
Damn.
After the Abyss Mage was defeated, a certain energy dispersed from its body. It seems that energy was being used to cut off the connection between me and Dvalin. Huh. Do you know of Stormterror's lair?
No.
But Jean and Master Diluc are no doubt aware of it. After Dvalin woke up, he took the ancient ruins as his lair. As it was with the storms that previously cut Mondstadt off from the outside world, the entrance to the ruins is also sealed by a special barrier. But now, as the energy dispersed from the Abyss Mage, I was able to read the rhythmic flow of how the barrier's magic was woven. I must admit, it sounds even more horrendous than a chorus of hilly churls. But it should be enough to let us break through the storm barrier and reach Stormterror's lair.
Which means we're going to confront Dvalin? I'm fine with that. Jean is the one who wishes to avoid any direct confrontation.
I'm good to fight, but Jean said no.
No. When there are no other options left, it is my responsibility to alter our course of action. If slaying him is our only choice, I will gladly become the knight that leads the charge.
Fortunately,
so
we
noble.
have yet to need to go that far.
By that, you mean...
I mean that the Holy Liar is not our trump card. Our real trump card? The Traveler, of course.
A traveler?
Because I purified the teardrop crystal?
Correct. But you have a much more precious forte. The impurities in the tears and the curse that binds Dvalin belong to the same maleficent power. Which means...
You tone-deaf bard! Don't you see how crazy this is? You've seen what Devon is like when he's ticked off. She'll be swallowed whole before she even gets to lift a finger.
Weren't we just talking about how I can fight? No, we weren't. But I guess we were.
Nice plan. Worth a shot.
I am with you, Honorary Knight.
Okay, well, if I get eaten, I'll haunt all of you.
Oh, so we just need to fight monsters from the abyss and a dragon. No pressure or anything.
She's so right.
Humans aren't without their strengths. Let's go.
And so, epic actions of brave heroes finally leads to this 11th hour.
Thank you, Venti. That's very encouraging. No. Where was I just a second ago? Here? Yes. Oh, that's such a cute icon. Anyway. If you get too close to the edge of the world, it tells you, like, no.
Dodge this!
Don't, you can't go there.
Don't push your luck.
Come on.
Freeze!
He's much stronger than the others we had before. Technically, I have the adventure level to be in the area, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the general level. Or if I'll need to improve the other two as well.
Yeah! Right. Wind blade! Cool it! Do it fast fight. Fascinating.
Okay. I've been getting a bunch of things. They're not open. That's annoying. Is it raining?
Dodge this.
Seriously? Good thing those give really good improvements for weapons once they're transformed. Anyway, let's keep going. I'll come back and get all the resources once I have either Noel or the dream would be Ningguang, but that is not guaranteed. That's the one thing I didn't have during my first run, was any character, any specific character that I wanted, because I didn't know any of them. But now that I do know some of them and who I like to play and how I like to play, I know what kind of characters I want to get and which ones I don't want. Especially Fischl.
Is this an answer
Because I
from this
hate
world?
playing Fischl. And she's one of the first characters I got. And I was very disappointed once I realized I didn't really like to play her at all.
Wind blade.
a storm barrier.
Oh, no. I thought it was a
It
cutscene.
looks so dangerous.
Leave it to me. Although this wooden lyre is all I have, I don't need the lyre to break through this kind of storm barrier. Wait. What is that?
Oh, seriously?
Enemy attack! Prepare yourselves!
It's fine, there's like 3 of them.
The stage will need to be cleared before I can begin my performance. Generally speaking, such chores are not the concerns of the performer himself.
Wait, what's going on? There shouldn't be any hilly trail camps in the vicinity of Stormterror's lair.
Oh.
Windblade!
His shield burned? I didn't think so. Whoops.
Come a little closer.
Freeze!
We could fight with Jean. I wonder if she's cool. She probably is.
The hilly trolls usually do not venture into areas with high elemental concentrations. It puts a heavy burden on their bodies.
The Abyss Order must be manipulating them behind the scenes, yet they shouldn't have been able to determine that we would come. They're presumably spreading their forces to halt our plans.
Without further ado, I suppose I can play faster if my only audience is the wind.
It actually opened. You're
I'm
not
so
entirely
efficient.
useless, Tone Deaf Bard.
She's right.
This is it. We are now entering Stormterror's lair. Watch yourselves. Let's move.
It's a pretty big area, actually. So it's gonna take a while to get there. Nope. That's perfect. It's so huge. Like this huge building, which I can't get into
Looks
right
like
now.
this is the front gate to Stormterror's lair. The
Yeah, but
gate is
there's more.
enormous compared to us. But still, Paimon wonders how Dvalin gets in there with a body that huge.
Maybe
He
just sits
doesn't
on
walk
top.
in. He flies in.
Oh. You do have a point.
Higher is 71 meters. Oh, it's not actually higher. I'm just walking towards it.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
Hey, check out that roof.
So penny.
Is there a giant hole in it?
There is. Whoops.
I suppose we could make use of that wind current.
Let's make a detour then. Heading up.
Let's make a detour then. Heading up.
Why would you do this? He's such a child.
Do you think there will be abyss mages hiding in the ruins? Either way,
Yes.
if we do run into one, we will let the victorious Master Diluc do the...
Do not underestimate them just because I have beaten one of them before. I'm not boasting. I'm simply saying there is more to the Abyss Order than a few mages.
Correct. That's why I tagged along after all. Well, that and also for your safety.
Yeah, sure.
Why am I so diligent? Too diligent for a poet, in fact.
So says the person that made zero effort to search for the dragon tears and drank in the tavern all day. Paimon doesn't get it. What part of you is remotely diligent?
This one? This one, Karen? There's a bunch of them on the way, but I can just go past them. It's fine. Goodbye. Oh, we didn't even die. Boring. Will you fall? I want you to fall. Oh. Come on, man. Thank you. That was surprisingly difficult. And that was the wrong key. I can't make him fall down through the barrier. Did the other one die? Maybe. Not sure how long I can make it through this area without a ton of food saved, so I'm gonna make some of that. No. I'm 2 flowers short of finishing the thing. Okay. That's great. I'm gonna get all of that. Good. Yes, of course. Hope you can't hear my neighbors dragging their furniture around. I don't like when I'm in areas where I don't have the map.
Look, a wind current. It might lead us to the top of the tower.
Sense of direction is very bad. And I really struggled to find the way. Okay. That is the entire area. You can go pretty much everywhere. There's 3 teleportation points on the edges and 1 inside. And 1 at the entrance. And there's a ton of stuff in here. Mostly a lot of ore, but a ton of other things as well. Why do I have the leeway map? I don't need the leeway map. Wonderful, a statue, and I can even offer... I have 4? Cool. Well, that's not enough to get anything, but it's still 4 more than I had previously. Okay, does this get us anywhere? 'Cause this isn't the top. Right? I can... Oh, I can just go through here? I didn't think I could do that. Oh, okay.
I'll keep this close.
I thought some monster would appear, but no. it just gave it to me. Which is cool, I'm not complaining, but it was very unexpected. Please tell me this one's dead. You're dead, right? It doesn't look dead enough. Okay, 1 second. Ouch. I need to be better about charging my stuff at night. Ah, much better. When I'm asleep, I don't need it. I got so many more. Light up the entire Mondstadt map, excluding Dragonspine. We did that. Guiding Wind was the Sealy, 10 Sealy cores. Very cool. Shatter the geocrystal ward of a large geoslime. Okay. And I just need one more. A ward. Oh, I know what those are. Pass through the time tunnel in the skies of Cape Oath. Oh, it's the one to get to the spiral abyss. Well, that was for nothing. I couldn't get anywhere. That is very high.
Oh, we can't advance any further. The ruins seem to be guarded by ancient seals.
Is this the work of Dvalin?
No. These ruins were once part of an ancient city. Dvalin just happens to be nesting in these ruins for now. These ruins even predate the existence of the Four Winds. Mondstadt is a city without a ruler. However, before it was ruled over by a tyrant. Anyway, I'll sing you that story when we have a chance in the future.
The markings on this seal. If my archaeological knowledge is not mistaken, this appears to be a light
actuator. It's weird that it keeps cutting. This one?
If we retrieve and reintegrate all the parts, we should be able to get it working.
We should be close to completing the ceremony for this actuator. Let's put the last part back and see.
Okay, no. First, because I'm scared of falling in the middle, we're doing this, and then we're getting the part. Okay. I thought it was gonna give me a prompt to like pick it up, but oh, easy. Oh, just like that. Okay, now what? Because I don't think there's anywhere higher to go. Like, this is the ceiling.
Looks like we're right. There are 3 more halos circling the tower.
Which means there are 3 more corresponding light actuators to activate. I can see one from here.
Oh, okay.
The rest must be scattered within the ruins around here. Let's go find them.
Why did Dvalin pick a place filled with puzzles and seals as his lair? Doesn't he get annoyed coming back home?
He doesn't walk in. He flies in.
Still.
You do have a point.
Okay. Can I just go here? Or will it refuse to just let me go wherever? Nope, seems it works. very nice of them to leave the pieces next to the thing. But I know there's gonna be like monsters. Oh, nice 3 per thing. Okay. Fine. Thank you for the waypoint. Guess we're gonna get all the things at the same time. Whatever's here. Why are the other ones not shining? Would be very appreciated. Little Sealy over there. I think it's nice that this area counts as Mondstadt, but Dragonspine doesn't.
A reward on the road.
Oh. Because technically this is like... it was a city at some point. But Dragonspine isn't. Okay. That's number 2. Where would the third one be? I really hope I can have 2 at the same time. Yes, I can. And while we're here, we're gonna do this. This is so high.
Wow, this light actuating ceremony does work magic. It looks like one of the 3 halos above has now become solid ground. Let's start looking for the next puzzle.
Level 30. Nope. That's not the character I wanted.
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Okay. I wonder what the
Quite the find.
wizards give. Okay, there's nothing here. Can we even go up there? No, let's try. Ooh, a chest. Nice.
Fascinating.
There's often stuff in those out of the way areas. So I try to always check. Sometimes they're a little close to the edge, but it's fine. Okay. We're gonna do this 1 second. It is such a big area. What time is it? 4:30. Okay. I'm gonna do... I think I'm gonna do the 2 remaining seals, and then I'll be done for today.
Freeze!
Oh. You're too far to be effective. Well, that's okay. I need to improve. I don't think I can do it at this stage. I think it has to be at Ascension 3 to improve their talents.
A reward on the road.
Like their specific attacks. Where am I even going? Here? Isn't that where I come from? Yes, it is. Orientation. Very hard. Very, very hard. Some more food. I don't think there's anything that can only be found in this area. Not that I remember, at least. Okay, it's near. Can already see 2 of the little light columns, and 3. I brought a boat here.
I'll keep this close.
Dodge this!
Of course.
Freeze!
You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. No pain, no gain.
Oh, please stop, Lisa. Oh, those 3 are just literally sitting around. Of course. What do you mean a minute?
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry. Cool it!
Come a little closer.
Catalyze. Electro and Dendro. Okay. No, we don't want that.
Come a little closer. Don't be such a brute. Let's spark things up a little.
Freeze! Cool it!
Come on. Seriously? Wow, how much easier would this be
Don't push your
if
luck.
my stupid friends
Freeze!
didn't decide to stay up there on the tower? Okay, actually, all that I wanted was to get to the teleportation point. Is this phase 2? No, okay. Very cool.
It seems 2 of the halos have become solid ground. One more and the seals at the top of the tower will be broken.
Okay.
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
Nope. Oh well.
Is this an answer from this world?
Little ceiling. Where do you belong? Please stop going so far away. Oh. Okay.
Is this an answer from this world?
Couldn't see anything because of the branches, but I made it anyway. A sword. Okay. A sword I can't use though. There's nothing at the top. Well, I know there's gotta be something at the top, but there's no. I know there's probably some fighting here as well. There's one here, 2. Where is number 3? Good question. Are all 3 over there? Doesn't look like they are. But there is a camp, so maybe they were just taken to the camp. No, great. Yep. All 3.
Wind blade! Cool it! Freeze!
I hate this.
Dodge this!
There's still one? Oh, there is still one. Hello.
Cool it.
Get ready to die. Idiots.
How fortunate.
I say as if I didn't struggle against this friend. I think what's up here? Yes.
What's the hurry? Freeze! Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
You're in for a little shock.
Wind blade! Wind blade!
Okay. That's number 2. And number 3 is right there, but we're gonna have to climb one of these. Which is fine. I mean, I guess we could also catch a wind current if we manage it, but I don't have much faith in my ability to do that, so it's not gonna be my strategy. Okay. And then I need to climb to get this one. And there's something at the top here as well. At least I think I could see something. And look, the way goes. Weird.
It's done! Paimon thinks we should venture onward from here.
Yeah, one right here. I don't know if I have the stamina to get it without using a current.
Is this an answer from this world?
But there isn't a current. Do I just try to climb it? It seems like it's destined for failure. This is both high and kind of far. Can I even climb this? Oh, that's a big drop. Well, it seems that I can. We're just gonna take a little rest on here so my stamina can come back. Okay. Now the only important thing is to not fall. Very important. Oh! One more. Go back to the top of the tower. Yeah. Later. Alright. I'm gonna stop here for today. Because I'm getting a little tired. And I did draw this morning for 2 hours. So, I've done a lot of streaming today. I'm doing this again tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning I'm doing my comic pages once again. Hoping to finish more of them tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And Genshin in the afternoon, same place, same time. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.